The Aaron's $4.99 on Fox is brought to you by Sunoco, the new official fuel of NASCAR. Good enough for NASCAR, good enough for your car. Welcome back to Talladega, where Dale Earnhardt Incorporated has been so strong. 5 straight victories at Talladega and 10 of the last 13 Nextel Cup restrictor plate races have gone to DEI drivers, Dale Earnhardt Jr. or Michael Waltrip.
Yeah, and Dale Sr. still holds most of the records for restrictor plate racing. Most wins, most top 5s, most top 10s. So Junior's doing a great job. Got a lot of catching up to do, though.
Pit road is still closed. You know, we have 27 cars on the lead lap. Darrell, if you're telling me that thing's driving good, it's been 17 laps since we restarted this race. If it's driving good, and I know I've got enough fuel to get to the end, I'm staying out. I want to be at the front of this pack. I don't want to have to work my way back up there again.
No, you know, it's kind of like you say, these cards have been dealt to you, young man. Deal with it.
You got what you got.
Dick Berggren is in the leader's pit.
With Tony Eury Sr., Dale Earnhardt's crew chief. Your driver says he's been having fun today. You having fun?
Well, I'm glad he's having fun. We're not having. There's a lot of good cars out there today, and it's good tight racing. It looks like Martinsville, the sides of the cars look like half of them got donuts on them. But you know that Budweiser Chevy's run good all day. We wasn't real confident with it yesterday, and we changed a few things this morning. Tried to make it better because we wasn't happy the way it pulled up yesterday. And seems like we fixed that, and we were a little loose yesterday morning. The first practice, a little tight the second, so I think all that's gone too. So everything we did this morning was a plus, and hopefully we can pull this thing off. You know, we let Michael beat us here the last time, so we need to get us another streak going.
Thanks. Good luck to you. Steve Burns.
All right, thanks, Dick. With Slugger Labby, crew chief on the 15 car, Michael Waltrip. You're sitting here with about 19 to go. What's the game plan, and what are your nerves like?
Well, nervous, you know, from lap 1. We can't wait to get to lap 188. But the Napa Chevrolet's been running great all day long. You know, we're here to win this race, and if we can't, we're going to help our teammate win it. You know, DEI's here for 6 in a row, and if we can't do it, we're going to help Dale Jr. do it. That's for sure.
All right, good luck. Let's go to Matt.
And Chad Canals high atop their pit box talking to his driver, Jimmy Johnson. They were kind of throwing around the option of possibly pitting for fresh tires, but like the guys in the booth talked about, going to take a long time to get back up to the front. Okay, they're talking about staying out. Let's go to Jeannie Zalaska. We'll come back to Chad in a minute.
And that conversation continues, Pat Trice. And I just heard you say on the radio, shall we, breaking news, looks like you're probably going to stay out, just between you and me, right?
Yeah, just between me and you, we're going to stay out. The Viagra Ford Taurus has been good all day. We've just been a little bit tight, and he's been, you know, being careful, you know, making sure we make it to the end. And so now it's time to go, so we're going to stay out there and hopefully stay with that 8 for a while, and then hopefully maybe get him on the last lap.
All right, thank you, sir. Matt, you ready?
Jeannie, a lot of guys are hitting pit road, including the 12. Chad Canals, you're staying out. DW wants to know, how good is that race car now?
It's a lot better now than what it was this morning. I mean, we really had to work on it today. We've had to do a lot of air pressure adjustments, and we've had to really play with the wedge, you know, to try to keep the ride heights right and get all that stuff right. But the car's a lot better. We're pretty pleased with it. I mean, it's plain as day who's got the best car out there. You know, Jimmy's done a tremendous job. He's the one carrying the team today, and I'm very proud of him. You know, this Lowe's team, they've done a great job preparing the car. We just weren't able to put it all together on race day. But we're going to go out there. We're going to try to get ourselves a top 10, and we're going to go on to Fontana and have a real good time out there.
And he won there. That's where he scored a big win. To Steve Burns.
Well, Matt, on the previous caution, when the cars pitted, Robbie Gordon took just 2 tires. After a few laps, he got shuffled back. He told crew chief Chris Andrews, we made a mistake. We should have put on 4 tires. They've just done that. They came in, put on 4 tires, and now they have plenty of gas to make it to the end.
The first 16 cars stayed out, Steve. Jimmy Spencer getting a boost of water to replace the overheated water that was in that Morgan McClure Chevy, but both of their cars, rookie Eric McClure in his first Talladega Cup start and Jimmy Spencer, have stayed on the lead lap all day.
Yeah, that's a good improvement for the McClure crowd there. You know, Tim Brewer and all of them to have both cars still running, both cars still on the lead lap. It's a good job, isn't it? Way to go, Park.
Another car that's on the lead lap that came in and stayed in there for an extensive period of time, a lot like Jimmy Spencer. Greg Biffle in the 16 car, they continue to put water in that car. We got the information earlier, he had been running hot. What I'm seeing is Robbie Gordon, Brian Vickers, Terry Labonte, Scott Wimmer, Ryan Newman, Jeff Green, Eric McClure, Jeremy Mayfield, Elliott Sadler, Kyle Petty of our lead lap cars came to pit road, mostly for 4 tires, make adjustments.
Kyle Petty has been doing a good job today, too.
Under 20 laps to go in the Aaron's 499. This is NASCAR on Fox. .170 laps complete, 18 to go. Will Dale Earnhardt Jr. score Chevrolet's 11th straight Talladega win? Will Mark Martin break that string at 10? Can Jeff Gordon hold his car on the bottom to run with Jimmy Johnson? What about Michael Waltrip? Jamie McMurray in the Dodge, Casey Mears, his teammate right behind him, Tony Stewart, Kevin Harvick, Ricky Rudd, they're all still running in the top 10 as you watch our Quaker State aerial coverage from the world's fastest speedway as we get ready to go back to green.
I think we're going to have a heck of a race for second.
Oh, you optimist, you.
I don't know.
We'll see here, 17 laps to go.
I've just seen this act several times here recently, and shaping up to be another one.
Jimmy Johnson to the bottom with McMurray. They're going to strand Michael Waltrip up top.
You know, you look at Dale Jr. though, and you look in your mirror and you say, Mark Martin, where'd he come from? I haven't seen him all day now. I don't know. I haven't played with him very much.
Tell you, Michael in the 15 car, though, he got a heck of a push from Casey Mears from the 41 car off turn 2 that last time.
Behind Martin.
Tony Stewart coming. Oh, Jimmy Johnson going.
And McMurray hanging like he has all day long. He's been right there in the top 4 or 5. The car has really done well for him today.
That might be the next best car here. Mark Martin runs in second. Jeannie.
Well, where did he come from, guys? He just had to wait for some of the traffic to clear. Mark Martin has been saying on the radio, I can't really run high, I can't really run low when I'm in traffic, but when I get into some clean air, this car loves it, and it's showing.
Well, he's 1 car length away from clean air.
That's semi-clean.
16 laps to go at Talladega. We've had 9 caution flags, including an 11-car wreck at lap 84, but we've had 23 leaders swap the front spot back and forth 52 times.
We've got, as you said, 16 laps to go. We've got 27 cars on the lead lap, all within 3 seconds. We don't want to come off this picture right here, but I want to give a call to Eric McClure back there. He's on the lead lap in a second Morgan McClure car. He didn't receive no free pass. He has stayed on the lead lap all day long. His first Nextel Cup start, great run for him.
Boy, what a place to make it. Has anybody got anything for Dale Jr.? Boy, look at that pack 3 wide.
Oh,
they think they do.
It's amazing how you just feel it, as having been there, done that. You just know how your energy is increasing, how your anxiety is increasing. Cars are passing you now, and you know you're running out of laps to get them back.
We've been from the shortest track to the longest, fastest track in 2 weeks. Next week we go California dreaming.
And you're helpless, Mike. I mean, you know, you got it to the mat. You're trying to pick the right line to get in. You're trying to make the right move. You do the wrong thing, and they all go by you.
And right now, wouldn't you think Mark Martin is trying to anticipate, you know, where can I get a line on Dale Earnhardt Jr. that maybe Tony Stewart would try to push me with that 20 car?
Ooh, Johnny Sauter and Brendan Gaughan get together.
Oh, they're tight right here through this trial. Holy cow. Casey Mears is shoving Jamie McMurray in the 42 car, and
well, it's 5 o'clock in the East Coast. Welcome to the world's fastest rush hour.
It's 5 o'clock somewhere, I know that.
See Jimmy Johnson in the 48 make a move to the bottom. Tony Stewart puts a block on him. Then Jeff Gordon in the 24. His teammate makes a move to the high side. Harvick says, excuse me, let me through the middle here in that 29 car.
Darrell, you can't help but get frustrated.
Oh, no, it just drives you crazy. You've run up front all day long. You've made the right moves all day long, and you make one bad one here at the end, and it can cost you 10 spots.
NASCAR continues to remind these guys not to block. They've turned their radio down now, though, because we only got 14 laps to go.
Harvick, high, wide, kind of handsome, coming around the outside for 4th place. He's got help.
Boy, Jimmy Johnson just put the block on Michael. Michael had a good run on him, but he had to block him.
And Darrell, NASCAR will continue to monitor that out-of-bounds line at the bottom. They're going to make sure we don't have a move that's made below that line.
I think it'll come into play before we get to the end of this one. This is about as intense as I've seen it here in a long time.
Jeff Burton gets into the back of Jeff Gordon. Just trying to help him down that straightaway.
Kevin Harvick in the 29 car, he makes a move on the high side. He's going to go around Mark Martin in the 6, getting a push from Casey Mears in the 41.
Oh,
we got trouble.
Tony Stewart.
Tony Stewart in the 20 car. Caution is out.
I think he's going to save it.
But the caution is out.
Buddy, now, I don't care what anybody says. That's a piece of driving right there.
10th caution of the day, right front down. Watch the 20 car.
Jimmy Johnson's got to run underneath it, Tony, and it looks like, I don't know if Tony even knew he was there or not. Boy, this is a great piece of driving.
I tell you what, that's a great piece of work by the safety equipment on that car. Those roof flaps deployed when he got sideways, slowed the speed of the car down.
And as in the earlier crashes, just the slightest touch will send a car spinning.
Yeah, he come up off the bottom just enough to open it up for Jimmy Johnson, and Jimmy stuck his nose in there. They made contact.
Darrell, how do you save that car like that?
I would like to say it's luck, but when I see the steering wheel turning, the wheels locking up, releasing, that guy in there, he's staying on top of it all the way to the end. Now he's going to have a problem here if he tears one of these, if he has a tire come apart and tears his fenders up.
Larry, this may answer the question on who could and who wasn't sure if they could make it on fuel.
Yeah, I'm going to say that last pit stop pretty much made that call, but if any of them were still close, remember we talked earlier, 2 caution laps to 1 green lap. This should definitely put everybody safe. But yeah, he flat spotted most of these tires. You can see right there the left front is flat. As you said, Darrell, he's just trying to get back to pit road where that tire don't come apart and tear the fender up.
I'm amazed. I'm amazed that he could save that car. It's a good thing that they got all that pavement down there these days, because we didn't used to have that.
Stewart is 27th. He is still on the lead lap, Matt.
Mike, he just came on the radio, told Greg Zipadelli, he said, if I can get this car back without tearing up the fenders, meaning if the tires come apart and start flapping and tearing up that sheet metal, bolt on 4 fresh tires, I really believe we have the car that can get back up to the front and give Junior a run for his money.
Well, like I said earlier, being back in the pack is not a bad thing, but I don't know if 10 laps is enough time to get to the front.
It'll sure be fun to find out.
We'll know here shortly.
Similar to when Tony got into Kurt Busch that triggered the 11-car pileup, here's Jimmy Johnson just barely nudging Stewart.
Yeah, and you see the bottom comes open, and Jimmy Johnson puts his nose in there. I think Tony was going to try to take his line away.
I mean, just look, the miles per hour. He was sideways starting at 188 miles per hour. He comes across the grass here. He never got slower than about 86 miles per hour during all that spinning.
Well, he's always had incredible car control, and there again, I mean, that's just part of it.
10 caution flags is a spring race record for Talladega, Matt.
Mike Lingerfeld already hit the lugs in the left front. The left front tire was down on the inner liner. They're working on some of the sheet metal. On the right side, they throw a hammer to little Mike Lingerfeld. Going to work on that right side sheet metal of Tony Stewart Chevrolet. Another hammer shot across the front of the pit.
Trying to create a little clearance between the tire and the fender.
That's the biggest thing. They need to make sure that none of those fenders will be rubbing any of those tires when he goes back out there.
Let's join Chris Myers and Jeff Hammond.
Well, Jeff, you were disagreeing with Darrell Waltrip about, hey, is there enough time left with 10 laps to make your move?
From what I've seen today, Chris, I really believe that Tony Stewart has got a car with just a little bit of help, gets in the right position. He can't make his way back up. The key's going to be we need to go back to green as soon as possible to give him as much time as possible to find the right dance partner, to hit the right hole, and to work his way back to the front.
Dance partner this late in the game. Yeah. Let's go back to the biggest one of today. Last year, 27 cars involved, 11 of them on lap 83, and Tony Stewart tapping Kurt Busch created it.
A little bit like we saw a minute ago with Jimmy Stewart and Jimmy Johnson and Tony Stewart. He got in that left rear of Kurt Busch and around he went. But the saddest thing about this whole situation are the other cars like Kenny Wallace, Rusty Wallace, and Derek Cope. You see a bunch of cars get caught up in a big wreck like this.
Jimmy Stewart, a big fan of NASCAR from what I remember. This is moments ago, though. Take us through this, Jim.
Very same, like I say, same situation right there. Tony Stewart kind of moved down a little bit. Jimmy Johnson was coming on the inside. He flipped his left rear quarter panel. But again, you can't say enough about what Tony Stewart was able to do, keeping that car out of the wall. But you need to notice one thing. When that car was going backwards, you see both the roof flaps came up, which allowed the tires to still grip the racetrack and him work the brakes and the throttle to keep the car under control.
So Tony Stewart still in the hunt, in your opinion. Dale Earnhardt Jr. leading at the moment with just 10 laps to go under caution. Mark Martin, Kevin Harvick following. Let's rejoin Larry, Darrell, and Mike.